What's up, everyone? It's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and I've got some news that's just absolutely lovely and it's just fantastic. That's the only way I can think to describe this. So, as a massive Harvest Moon fan over all the years since my very first time playing the Game Boy Color release when it was released on day one when it was released in Europe, I've been hooked to the Harvest Moon games since then. Now, lately, the last one or two games haven't gripped me as much as all the previous ones had when they come out. I mean, I'd played the like I said, the Game Boy Color one. I played that for ridiculous amounts of time. Game Boy Advance, GameCube, Wii. After that, it just started to kind of lose a little bit. The DS version was pretty good. The old PS1 version, I didn't really, it didn't really do it for me at the time. While I have Harvest Moon 64, I've never fully invested proper time into it because it never came out over here, so I had to import it, and that was a whole other deal. Yeah, so the 3DS ones and all as well, they kind of teetered off for me, but I'm still extremely interested in that kind of gameplay and that kind of series. So when I was in work yesterday, and one of the guys in work asked me if I liked Harvest Moon, I said, yeah, I love it. His face lit up as he said, well, if that's the case, I have something to show you. So he took his phone out, he went onto YouTube, typed in the name of a game, and showed me. He's like, here, watch this. So I looked at this trailer he was showing me, and it just looked fantastic. My face just lit up like I was reading, like, as this was compared to back in the day. My face just lit up like I was reading the original article and review and all, and just spread on the original Game Boy Color release that got me interested in the series. That's how I felt while looking at this game. Now, this game is called Stardew Valley. Okay, so it's going to be out on February 27th on Steam. I know I'm hooked. I'm sold already. That's just me. I have no footage of it because obviously it's not out yet, but I will have a link in the description below to the trailer he actually showed me, and that's a brand new trailer that was released like 1 or 2 days ago. And if you're a fan of Harvest Moon, of pretty much any of the Harvest Moon games, especially the older ones with a little bit more modern style gameplay added in, this looks like it's going to be interesting for you. Now, like I said, it's going to be released on Steam. I don't know if it's going to be released on any other platform. There's no price on it just yet, but I can't imagine it will be anything more than like €20. That's just my own personal guess, but I think it looks fantastic. When you see it and you see many of the systems in it, you can just think, okay, that looks like it was lifted straight from Harvest Moon, which is a good thing. They've also added in a couple of other new things as well. One thing that almost threw me for a loop, and I was a little bit disappointed about at first, but then when I thought about it and saw the rest of the trailer, read a little bit about it, I was okay with it. I was like, okay, that's perfectly understandable to the degree they have it in it. So there is a tiny little bit of combat. Now, most people will instantly be turned off like that, as I said I was yesterday. But once you see what's in the trailer, which I do encourage you to watch because it looks lovely, but once you see that and you realize the degree of how much it's in it and how much it's not the main focus, you'll understand that, yeah, it seems acceptable enough for what it is. So I'm probably not going to have an issue with that. It looks like I won't, at least. One thing I also like to note about it is that it's got a really nice art style. Now, when I say that, when you look at the graphics in Stardew Valley, it looks like an old game. In this case, it actually looks like they went off the palette and design of the original Harvest Moon games, which makes perfect sense for what they're doing. It looks like they've done that and modernized it a little bit. Now, the thing I find strange about that is when you look at some of the Square Enix ports. Now, this has nothing to do with Square Enix, this game, or anything, I'm just saying. But when you look at the mobile ports for the Square Enix games, Secret of Mana, some of the Final Fantasy games, it looks like they've done the same thing. It looks like they took their original one and put it through the whatever we'll call it, the process of modernization without going over the top. And it looks kind of similar to those, but I'm not usually a fan of those. But because of just the whole Harvest Moon look and the Harvest Moon feel, as well as the art style and all, it does it for me. It does it for me on this game. So I'm nice enough to or it's nice enough to accept that. So that's perfectly fine with me. I'm definitely interested in that. I'm curious to see. Currently, right now, it's listed as partial controller support on Steam. I'll see for a game like this. I'm on all the Harvest Moon games. I'm too used to playing with a controller. So something like this, I would probably play with a controller rather than the mouse and keyboard. I'll give both of them a try and see what one works best for me, and play whatever play with which. She's tongue tied so early in the morning. Play with whichever. There you go. I knew I'd get it eventually. Feels more natural and more intuitive to me. So that's basically it. If you're a Harvest Moon fan, definitely check it out. The link to their latest official trailer is in the description below. It's out on February 27th. I can't wait for it, at least anyway. Let me know in the comment section below if you're a massive Harvest Moon fan or anything like that, any similar game style to that. You let me know. You put down all your details in the, or not your details, sorry. You put all the details of it in the comment section below, as well as what you think about this new trailer and this new game that I know it just took me out of nowhere because I only saw it for the first time yesterday. Let me know all that in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter. Details in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the rest of the videos in my channel. While you can definitely guarantee in a couple of weeks from now, you will definitely see footage of this on my channel.